I've literally scraped 1 billion contacts. I've scraped 500 million from Facebook, 416 million from LinkedIn, 100 million from Apollo, and it cost me absolutely $0. I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it and how I got tons of data for completely free. If you're really just looking for how to scrape data, what tools to use, I have several videos on how to do that. You can watch those other videos. I'm just a huge data user. This is only applicable for huge data users or for others who are just trying to learn how it works. So the name of the game here is data breaches. If you don't know what a data breach is, basically a company has a ton of data of their customers or users, and some hackers will get into that company's database and download their data and basically hack into their data. But they usually don't release it for a couple of years, usually 2 to 4 years, and they'll keep it a secret basically, and then they'll release it to the public, show everybody, hey, we have that company's data. I'm sure you've noticed over the past 3 or 4 years on your phone or on Google, it'll say, hey, your password's been compromised, you should probably change your password. That's usually because one of the hacked databases gets released, it shows most people's passwords, and then they kind of tell you that your password was in there somewhere and you probably should change it. So some people do use this for hacking purposes, obviously, so they're trying to find the email and the password so that they can log into your account, obviously either to blackmail you or to actually use your account and for whatever reason. So for example, Uber got hacked quite a few years ago, data got released, and then people would basically buy accounts, you know, your Uber account, so that they could just take Uber rides on your account and it would charge your car. Now, obviously, we're not trying to scam anyone or do anything unethical or take someone's password. That's not what we're trying to do. There's different types of data, which is data breaches of people's just personal information, emails and phone numbers, which is what we're trying to look for. Obviously, we use these emails and phone numbers to pitch them our services, either cold call them, whatever. And so we want different types of data, like interest-based targeting, you know, people that will use certain tools or are interested in certain things, or people that work at certain companies. And so if we can get personal data of those contacts, it's very useful for us. Now, all of these hacked databases, you don't have to work for at all. You don't have to sit there and try to learn how to hack someone's database. You can get it for completely free on the internet, and it's very easy to get. So I'm going to show you how. And the main way we're going to do this is by using a torrent software. I use a torrent software called qBittorrent. Most people see torrenting as illegal or scary. It's not scary, you're not gonna get hacked, and it's not illegal. So where do we find these data breaches? Well, there's a few websites you can actually search. There's one called btdig.com. There's another one called bitsearch.to. There's a few others, and there's also, you can search on Reddit directly. So sometimes you can look up a certain database breach and just look up Reddit, and someone usually has a link to download that through torrent on Reddit as well. Now, you don't have to go digging around, because I found almost every single database that's ever been hacked in one torrent and one compiled list. It's 400 gigabytes. It's crazy. Now, you don't have to download all 400 gigabytes at once, but there are a ton of different hacked databases within this one database. So I will put the link of this database in the description below so you can look at it directly yourself. There is a ton of crazy databases like Police of AUE, Bulgarian Residents Database, there's UK driving school data. There's just so many different databases that have been hacked and added to this list. Other ones that I was kind of interested in, there is 250 million contacts throughout the United States of homeowners. There's an Instagram scraped database. There's a Thailand database that was leaked. There's a US social security number database. There is a US wireless database, a US cell phone database, US consumer database, 500 million contacts from Facebook, and then also 416 million contacts from this tool called People Data Labs, which is just another scraping tool. All of these are in here. Now, some things that I've tested in this list. So one of them was the Facebook database. It was okay, so it's pretty good that it has a whole bunch of emails and phone numbers, more phone numbers than emails, and most of the phone numbers were accurate and they were mobile phone numbers. The thing is, there's 500 million contacts, but it's from every country throughout the world. Obviously, a lot of people use Facebook, I think over 2 billion, and there's only 30 million contacts throughout the United States. So I download all the United States and then try to look at all the data. Only 30 million, which sounds like a lot, but the fact that there's probably 250 million users of Facebook inside the United States, 30 million isn't gonna, you know, do you any good, really. I also just tested the database of 250 million contacts in the USA of people that are residents, or it's a little weird data. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. It's really just first name, last name, where they're located, a lot about like their current house. It's mostly like homeowner data. I don't even know where this database comes from. It looks like government data, because there's some of it has a lot of data. Like it has, are they religious? Or do they have a cat? Like weird things like how many bedrooms are in their house? So, and also emails and phone numbers in there. And it's a little weird. I guess you can look at it yourself. It's that one database is 25 gigabytes, and that's zipped, so that's not even unzipped, which is crazy. Another huge database was the People Data Labs. I have looked through that. It's pretty good. It has LinkedIn links, first name, last name, emails, and phone numbers. But out of the 416 million there are total, only 150 million of them had emails and phone numbers, but that's still very good. Obviously, it's 150 million contacts you can work with, and it's more geared towards B2B, so finding businesses, owners, founders, CEOs, all that stuff. So it's obviously data that we would actually use. And there's also the Apollo database and a few other really big databases as well that you can look up. Like I said, a Thailand database, a Bulgaria database, all that type of stuff. Now, how do we actually use the data? It's technically free, right? You can download it right now. The problem is it's almost impossible to open any of these files on your computer. Some of them you can. Let's say, the database of 250 million contacts throughout the United States. You can download it and it's like a whole bunch of CSV files, and there are 200,000 contacts per CSV file. And that you can easily open on most computers if your computer is new enough and fast enough. The problem is that we have literally like 700 or 800 CSV files. And so if I want to search, let's say a specific person, I don't want to go searching through 700, 800 CSV files. I want to put it all into one CSV file, which is kind of hard to do. It either costs you a lot of money or you have to create your own SQL database, something like that, or you can use some other tools I'm about to show you. And then other files are just way too big. On your computer, usually you can only open about 1 million contacts at a time, or 1 million rows at a time on Google Sheets or on Excel. And so if the contact database is 150 million contacts, we can only open the first 1 million, So I've been using a tool called GigaSheet that allows me to open these large files. Now it can get very expensive. Like to use 50 gigabytes a month, which is one of these databases, like the People Data Labs database is 70 gigabytes, right? For that one database, which is 400 million contacts, right? That is 70 gigabytes. So it costs you about $5,000 for the year to use 50 gigabytes per month, right? So you're not even being able to use barely one database out of this. But you can use it for free. You can test it for free. You can't really do anything with it other than you can upload the database and then you can do some searches with it. Now, I did buy it and I've been using it. Basically, I got one database that was a couple 100 million contacts. I narrowed it down to 30 million contacts. These are contacts that have emails and phone numbers in the United States, and I've been using it, and it's actually very effective. So here's some of the data. You have full name, industry, job title, sub-job title, email, phone number, mobile phone number, company name, all types of data, location, all this stuff too, as well, first name, last name, blah, 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 blah. Also their gender, their LinkedIn profile. And again, this is just one database. Some databases have more information, some databases have less information. And in this, as we can see, I added some filters. So if you pay for it, now you can do this for free. You can do the searches for free, but then you can't really download anything from there. But here's some filters I added. So job title, job summary, and company name. Okay, these have owner, founder, CEO within the job title, but then the company name, it has a keyword construction and also job summary keyword construction. And so if I apply that, there is 89,000 contacts out of these 31 million with emails and phone numbers and the keyword construction. So if you're trying to get a list of construction companies, I have 89,000 right here. This is a lot better than having to use any other tool like Apollo or Seamless AI or anything else, because you can only scrape, let's say, 1,000 at a time or 2,000 at a time. You have to do it one by one. But this, I can just get the list and then just click download and be able to download the full 89,000 within one go, rather than having to do it, over and over again. A couple lists of 1,000, right? And only having 10,000 credits a month, I can just do as much as I want to right here. So again, you can kind of use this for free. You can upload the data and then just look at the data, actually kind of add some filters and just see what you can get out of it. But that's about all you can do. You can't download anything. You can't look at the whole sheet or anything like that. You can only look at the first 100 rows usually. But again, I pay for it and I already have access to all these databases. So if you want to pay me a small fee, I can help you out. I have a new offer where I'm pulling data for people. I can pull those 89,000 contacts for you within a day if you're interested. And if you're trying to get more sales calls or clients by using this data, I can help you get 120 sales calls per month. So if you're interested in that, you can book a call directly with me below. Thank you for watching. Hope this was helpful. Talk to you guys soon.